Hey, this is episode 26 of 100 Simple Life Truths, and it's no video this time. And the main reason there's no video is because I'm kind of in a funk. I had plans that just were completely demolished, and it's kind of getting to me a little bit. So, you know, feelings. It is August 16th. It's 6:19 p.m. And it's 6:19 already. Yeah, it's 6:19 p.m. and life is life. I had the opening monologue for this one. I don't know what the chapter is going to be yet, but I'll open the book later. The opening monologue for this one is accept your blessings. A lot of us are, well, I'm not even going to say a lot of us. I'm going to say me. I'm very content on just like doing everything myself and just being completely independent. And in life, I know I say like we are the only ones that we could depend on and things like that, but if I'm being honest, certain things in life we need help with. Certain things in life we need help with. There's nothing wrong with needing help. And sometimes you might get a blessing and you might not recognize that blessing in the moment. So it might be hard to accept your blessings, but accept your blessings. Accept them. Take things for what they are. Some things are blessings and other things may not be. But when you see something that is there to help you and you recognize it as something that's there to help you, don't feel ashamed or don't feel like you're going to be less of who you are because you got help along the way. Everyone has gotten help along the way, and just is what it is. It just is what it is. Take the help, take the blessing, and also be willing to give blessings. Be willing to give blessings because you can't receive and not give. So be willing to give the blessings as well. When you see someone out there that may be struggling, at least be willing to offer. At least be willing to offer. You see someone out there that's like struggling or not necessarily struggling, but can use a little boost. Hey, offer to help them, because giving your light to someone else doesn't take away the light that you have within yourself. So there's no competition in life. It might be friendly competition, but at the end of the day, technically we all lose because we all, will pass away. We all die at the end of the day. So at the end of our time. So yeah, take the blessings, give blessings, and just live life to the fullest. Just live life to the fullest, and don't be so against help. That's my opening monologue. That's something that I'm dealing with personally. I'm struggling with it, and yeah. So just be willing to receive a blessing. And it came. I was watching something earlier, and they mentioned something along those lines. Well, they mentioned that exactly, to be honest. But he told a story within it, and the story was so interesting. The story was so interesting, and it made me realize, like, damn, I'm going through the same thing right now, but I'm the other person. I'm the other person in his story. So take your blessings, give out blessings, live life. Episode 26, 100 Simple Life Truths. We about to figure out if we could learn something about ourselves today. And it's crazy because we already learned something, and we're not even into the reason we're here. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Episode 26, we're more than a quarter of the way through. More of a quarter of a way through. This is another milestone. Every episode is a milestone, because days like today, I really just don't feel like it, right? But however, however, like I said, it's the consistency and doing. Sometimes you gotta thug it out, do the things that you don't really want to do, so that you can do the things that you want to do. So I'm thugging it out right now because I know, this might be the one to, solidify my future, help me with my future. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? This one is I feel off. I honestly feel off today, but it's kind of more of a mellow type of thing instead of being off. I'm just mellow. So episode 26, it says money is a funny thing. Money is a funny thing. It is. I have a very interesting relationship with money, and we don't need to get into that. A lot of people can know my relationship with money to where I understand money very well, and I understand how it's used and what it's used for. I understand how to make it, but I'm not money isn't a big factor in my life, if that makes sense. Like, of course you need money to survive, to eat and stuff like that, but to me, I don't really care about the money, you know? Like, it sounds crazy to say I don't care about the money, because obviously I care about the money. If I didn't care about money, I wouldn't go to work. I wouldn't save and invest. I wouldn't, like, you know, do things that I do. That was about to sound crazy. I don't do what I do for the money if I didn't care about it. So it's just not a big factor in my life, because once I get the money, I spend it anyway. So it's like, and I'm not broke, but you know, whatever. I'm not poor. I'm sorry, it's just funny. All right, so episode 26. Money is a funny thing. It starts off like this. A lot of people who don't have money either worship it or downplay its value. Some of those who have it in an abundance either take it for granted or use it as the scorecard to move life ahead. And I feel like I'm very much in the middle, so I don't worship money, I don't downplay it. I don't take it for granted, and I don't use it as a scorecard. I never say, "Oh, I'm rich," unless someone brings up money to me in terms of like trying to play money games with me. Then I'll bring it up, but I never fight. I don't have money fights. Money is a tool, correct? It's a tool. Like, you're gonna get the money and you're gonna spend it. It's just the middleman. Money is the middleman. It's a resource. People should not downplay resources. We need them. We want them. We spend them. We spend much of our waking moments in pursuit of them. If the world were one big library where people borrowed and returned resources in an honor system, we wouldn't need money, but that isn't the case, which is true. Money is what you make it. People call money the root of all evil, but I think Mark Twain got it right when he said the lack of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, I agree, because when you don't have money, you do some crazy things to get money, and it's not even for the money. It's literally not for the money. Like, people don't rob you and like steal from stores or whatever the case may be. They don't do it for the money. They do it for what they're going to spend the money on. So money is a tool, and not having money is going to cause you to do a whole bunch of things that you shouldn't do, because you need to eat. People need to eat. So, and in order to eat, guess what? You need money. The problem with the words such as lack is that it can mean anything. We live beyond our means. Many of the things we consider needs are still luxuries when compared to how the majority of the world is living. True. Like, people say, "Oh, I need the latest phone." Oh, you don't. Trust me, you don't. That's an easy one. There's people out here that never even seen a phone. Never, like, you know, like, you need to eat, you need water, you need food, you need clothing, you need shelter. Yes, cool. You don't need the latest phone, you don't need the greatest clothes. You just need you just need clean clothes to wear. It goes deep, but I'll continue. There are families living on less than $1 a day, and I read a story of a farmer in India who committed suicide because it would take him nearly 90 years to pay back an outstanding loan of $300. Imagine killing yourself over $300. Imagine killing yourself over $300. Like, and it's crazy. I was watching something today. Was it? It was today. Yeah. And the story was it was a cop in Chicago that got killed in the line of duty, right? But the Chicago Police Department had got hacked sometime. So he got killed this year, and sometime like in 2022 maybe, there was a hack in a system where all the cops got paid extra, right? So cool, they did the investigation, they figured out all that stuff, and now they want all the cops to pay back the money that they were paid extra, right? So this cop died, right? In the line of duty, he had a wife and kids, but his kids were older. He had his wife, and they sent a bill to his wife's house for $541. Imagine that. It's a police department, and you're gonna send you want a slain cop that died in the line of duty's widowed wife to pay back $541. Like, so what ended up happening, the police, what's it called, the police department union, they just paid them, they paid off the debt, and they went hard on like the what's it called, the government, I guess. They went hard on the city and in terms of like, yo, leave her alone, like she's still grieving, like I think this happened maybe in April, and she got all his pension and all, she could pay the money, but that's not the point. It's like, I think I'm kind of digressing. This seems like a digression. I don't know. It's an interesting story though. But yeah, imagine killing yourself for $300, because it's gonna take you 90 years to pay back $300. Some of us spend $300 on absolutely nothing. So yeah, money is just a tool. It's just a middleman. Money is a made up concept, but everyone's playing along. Money can do well to stay in your head, but can cause problems when you find out its ways to your heart. Money can do well when it stays in your head, but can cause problems when it finds its way into your heart. That's a bar. That's fire. That's a bar. Money can do well in your head, but can cause problems when it finds its way to your heart. Ambitious folks are never satisfied and will acclimate until their number is called. Content folks have no need and can find happiness and peace whenever their situation may be. That's where I'm trying to go. That's where I'm trying to be. And yeah, I've heard it before. I'm trying to be content. I'm not necessarily content right now in life, because there's a lot of things that I'm trying to learn, a lot of things that I'm still dealing with, and I digress sometimes in my growth. Like sometimes I have I'm a very moody person, so to speak, right? So sometimes I could catch myself and I can change my mood to be more positive, and sometimes it's just it's hard for me too. So I'm still working on being content in all situations in everyday life, to where I don't have to where I'm at peace and happy in every situation. It's still hard for me, and I'm still going through a lot of things. I'm still learning. So, y'all on this journey with me. I know I'm happier. This is the book. I know I'm happier wanting less than getting more. I know I'm happier wanting less than getting more. This is facts. One thing I used to do, right? When I used to back when I was really, really investing and doing like Forex and Bitcoin and all of that stuff, like I was heavy. I was making so much money, and I still do from time to time. I still indulge in those situations, but I stopped because I was becoming so consumed with the money. Like I used to be out doing regular things, and I'll just be on my phone just trading Forex all day, and it'd be like I missed the whole point of me being outside. I gotta sneeze right now, but I'm trying to hold it in for as long as possible. So what I used to do, right, when I used to get paid, let's make up some numbers. When I used to get paid, right, I used to say I was making hypothetically, I was making $10 an hour, right? And then I would work 40 hours for 2 weeks, and I say I was getting paid every 2 weeks, right? Say I was getting paid every week. So I was work 10 hours, I would work 40 hours at $10 an hour, right? So at the end of the week, I'm supposed to get $400, right? That's my gross, right? And then what I would always do, I would always calculate the taxes way more than what the actual taxes was. So I would calculate my taxes at 40%, which in all reality, my taxes was really, it fluctuated between like 25 to 20 to 25% of each like check or whatever the case may be. So I would calculate my taxes at 40%, so that, and then I would budget. I will budget the 60% of what I was getting paid, and say I was supposed to get $600. I will budget it to be like, okay, 100 goes there, 200 goes there, 100 goes there, 200 goes there, right? And I'll be the 600, and I'll be like, all right, cool. But then when I got my check and I got like $800, I will be happier, because it's like, oh, I got an extra $200, when it's really not an extra $200. It's really, you know, what I was whatever old, I guess. But I would always calculate. I would always trick my mind into accepting less, so that when I get more, it's technically it's uncalculated, so now I can do whatever I want with it. You know what I mean? Even though I already calculated investments, and I already calculated my gas, I calculated my car notes, my mortgage, I calculated the food that I was gonna spend, and I always calculated, even with the 60% that I was calculating with, I always calculated in like entertainment, in terms of like, okay, I'm gonna you know, spend whatever I gotta spend, and I'm gonna have like $100 for the week, and I can use that to like whatever, like maybe I might go out to eat one day, or maybe I got an extra $100, maybe I might go out to eat, and then at the end of the week I'll just like put whatever is extra into savings. But once I got paid and I paid everything, and I, instead of getting the 600, I will get I will get like 800, let's say 750. So I will really have like $250 extra. I will have $250 extra instead of just $100 extra. And then me being me, what I used to do is I'll calculate that. I will use the extra like 150 that was uncalculated for, to get ahead on like bills and stuff like that. So then when the next week come and I'm recalculating, okay, what I gotta pay this week, everything is calculated in, and then I got another 250. So I was always ahead, you know. So I was always, I'm not like that anymore, but I can switch that on. I can switch it on and off at any time. So it's a, I don't know what it's called, because I haven't really heard anybody like break down their budget like that. I will I will always overtax myself, so that when the taxes wasn't as high, I feel like I got extra. But yeah, anyway, I know I'm happier wanting less and getting more. So yeah, I will be content. Like, okay, I'm gonna work this week, I'm gonna get $600, and then, you know, I'm gonna pay everything I gotta pay off. I'm gonna have $100 left, and that's gonna hold me until next week. And I get paid. Oh, I got the 100 to hold me to next week, and I got an extra 150. What I'm gonna do with this? Invest. Throw that joint back in the stock market. All right, let me take 50. Throw that into my Forex account. Run up a little, you know, run up a couple pips. You know what I mean? Run up a couple pips. You know, take my profit. You know what I mean? And then off of that is like, so say I get like, depending on the trade and the currency, say I get like 5-6 pips. That's another off the 50. That could be another like $5-6. You know what I mean? So it's the micro wins. Always the micro wins for me, because even when I was telling people, is like the way I invest. I used to calculate it. I didn't calculate it into what I was getting paid, but I used to tell people, it's like, all right, cool. Like I'm making a $10 an hour. Once I'm done with my investing, I'm really making like $12 an hour, because I'm making like 20%. Like bro, the way I was investing was like it was down to a science. Like I would make at least 20% off of everything I like every dollar I was making 20%. So I'm making $10 an hour. If I put $10 into the stock market, I really just made $12. So yeah, it's yeah, if I a lot of people still ask me like how I invest and stuff like that, and even though a lot of my investment stuff is like automated now, it just automatically comes out like my pay. It just automatically goes in because everything is percentage wise. I don't do things by the dollar. I do everything by the percent. So yeah, this stock might get 3%, this stock might get 1%, this stock might get 2%, you know, and that's what's that, 6% for the week, whatever the case may be. These are just hypothetical numbers. These aren't the numbers that I actually go by, but I'm just using simple numbers so that we know, so that you guys can understand more. So yeah, I would, everything was percentage wise, and everything is still is percentage wise. Like some of my stocks I put into every day, and that's just dollar cost averaging, which dollar cost averaging is, so say a stock is like, say it's at $1, right? And then you buy 2 shares of it, your average at $2, right? But then say it goes up to, say it goes up to one, say it goes up to $2, right? And you buy 2 more shares, your average is gonna be like 150, right? Because it's gonna calculate it as you bought two at $1, and you bought two at $2, so you got 4 shares total. And if you split those 4 shares up into the, technically it's $6, it's gonna be, so it's gonna be like 125, right? Or no, actually 150. Yeah, 150, because you get dollar, and then you break the $2 into the 4, so it'll be 150. Yeah, and say the stock goes down to 50 cents, and you buy 2 more shares, then you're pretty much bringing down your dollar cost average, because now when it goes back up to $2 and you buy it, we're not going to talk money. We're not going to talk money, because this will go on for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. But yeah, it's dollar cost averaging. So you want to invest early and often. You want to, even if you're not buying full shares, because most people can't buy full shares, and there's nothing wrong with buying fractions. So say you want to put in, say a stock costs $1, and you want to buy it, right? But you don't want to buy 1 share at a time. You want to buy like 25% of the stock at a time, right? You'll put in, you can dollar cost average by percent, or you could dollar cost average by the price. So if it's $1 and you want to say over the next month you want to buy one share, you'll put 25%, you'll put 25 cents in every week. But then say the price drops to like 90 cents, by the time those 4 weeks is up, you're gonna actually end up with like 1.1 shares, because your cost average went down. But let me continue. I know I'm happier wanting less and getting more. I'm not an idealist though, and I understand the nature of this planet and the importance resources play in that. Damn, I'm thinking investment. I'm thinking money now. It's crazy. Ever since we learn to hold, we learn to own. And once we learn to own, the rat race began, which is true. It's true. Never confuse greed and ambition. Greedy folks want it without acknowledgement and respect the work that it takes to get it. Greedy folks want it without acknowledgement or respecting the work it takes to get it. So yeah, greedy people just want what, but they're not willing to put in that work to get it. They just take. You know what I mean? And people that's ambition, they with the process. Like me, I'm ambitious. I'm with the process. I don't care about being rich right now. I I don't care about having all this money. As long as I can, like I said, money's the middleman. I don't care about it. As long as I could get what I get and then use that money to do what I want, you know what I mean? It's cool. Travel, however much it costs to travel, yeah, take that, bang, let me do this. Money is just the middleman. It's just part of the barter system. Your relationship with money is yours and yours alone. Correct. Don't allow others to dictate what it means or doesn't mean to you. My wealth is my family and friends, and I dream of being in a position financially to make their dreams come true. I do too. Man. I want to take my people and I want to just be out. I literally want to rent out a whole, you know what I mean? This is kind of the reason why one of my main goals, because I love to travel. So one of my main goals, as y'all pretty much heard it before, is to get my pilot's license and buy a plane. And the main reason I want to do that is because I want to just be able to take my people and just travel wherever, you know what I mean? And that stuff costs. I don't care about the price. As long as I could get it, I'm gonna get it. So it's gonna be like a 1 year process of me getting my license, and then after that, I just gotta buy me a plane and take off. That's one of my biggest goals outside of like graduating. And I see it vividly. I see it happen. I see the plan. I see everything happening, and it's not even. Yeah, of course I looked at the prices of planes and stuff like that, but I'm not really concerned with it because I know where there's a will, there's a way. I'm gonna be able to afford it. I just gotta do it. So yeah, the last little part, I gotta start reading ahead. The last little part, he says, what does it mean to you? What does wealth mean to you? Your relationship with money is yours and yours alone. So what does money mean to you? What does it mean to have money? For me, y'all know what it means. It's just, for me, of course I love having money. I love to be able to, basically the whole reason of having money is being able to do whatever you want to do without having people say, oh no, you can't afford that. That's it. That's it. For me, how I see money and how I break things down in the stock market and Forex and Bitcoin and all of that, I could break that down to a science. I could get y'all budget right. And I was trying to get people's budget right. If you've really been with me for a long time, you understand. When I was out there preaching, trying to tell people how easy it is to not even make money, but to understand money and to use how much you make to your advantage. Because I don't make that much money. You know what I mean? And this is why I invest, because, you know what I mean, you gotta flip it. You gotta be able to flip it. And it is what it is. A lot of people don't listen. A lot of people don't see money the way I see it. I try to change them, and I stopped. I stopped abruptly. Like, I ain't even tell people, like, listen, I don't give advice on money no more because people don't listen. And then I feel some type of, I feel like I'm wasting my time by trying to put people on. So I just stopped. But anyway, the goal now is for, hopefully y'all learn something about yourselves. Maybe y'all could think, ruminate on how y'all feel about money, what it means to you. What's your number? Everybody has a number. What's your number? I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to contradict myself. I was gonna say everybody has a number. What's your number? But I don't have a number. I kind of have a number. I gotta think about that. I'll let y'all know in the next episode. But if you got a number, put your number, not your phone number. Put the amount of money that it is that you want, that's gonna have you feel like, okay, I did it, I'm good. How much would it take for you to be like, okay, I'm good? How much? And what's your relationship with money? What does money mean to you? Other than that, don't forget what I said in the beginning. Take your blessings, give out blessings, live life, enjoy. That's it. Episode 26, we out.